Good evening. Welcome to Bostic Gymnasium, Danville, Indiana, as we get ready to start Semifinal B in the ABA Central Region Championship Weekend. This game will feature the Burning River Buckets out of Mentor, Ohio, which is in the Cleveland metropolitan area, and the Chicago Fury from the little-known town of Chicago, Illinois. I'm Eric Ivey. I'm here with Jim Holtzclaw. My daughter Gabby is on the camera, and we're still sorting things out. It looks like the Buckets are still turning in their lineup to the scorer. So Jim and I don't have a lineup for the Burning River Buckets, but we do have one for the Chicago Fury. So we'll be able to call those guys by their names as they are introduced.
But until we get a roster from the Burning River Buckets, they shall be known as Buckets number 3, Buckets number 7, Buckets number 4.
Right?
We'll see.
Yeah. The coach of the Buckets literally came up to the scorer with a minute and a half before the game and gave them the roster. And obviously we need 2 copies of it. And our normal scribe would be Gabby, and she's working the camera, so no rosters.
Yeah, and I think we're going to take a minute to get this game up and rolling.
Not sure what the holdup is. Gabby's got a good angle on the camera, so I can tell you that the Chicago Fury have black uniforms on with, ironically, flames on their shorts, given that they're playing against the Burning River Buckets, and red trim, yellow trim, and orange trim. The Burning River Buckets have solid orange uniforms on with some black trim and a little bit of white trim. Burning River Buckets are the other ABA champions, along with the Indiana Lions, who won earlier in Semifinal A against the Peoria Pit Bulls. So the Lions await the winner of this game in what could be a matchup, Jim, of the game that was never played last April because storm damage to the gym in which the game was supposed to be played made the gym unplayable, and it was just a matter of minutes before the scheduled tip-off. So the commissioner declared both the Burning River Buckets and the Indiana Lions champions of the ABA. Well, co-champions technically, but it's so cumbersome. We agreed with the Buckets after not long after April that, let's just knock off the co stuff and let's just each call ourselves champions. We view you guys as champions. We view us as champions. They have agreed. And so we're both champions.
So we'll confuse the hell out of everybody.
Right, yes.
Well, but I thought
right.
Forget it.
So Burning River Buckets have the ability, beating the Chicago Fury, to have that game played, although a year later in a different scenario. But however, they have to get through a very good Chicago Fury team first. Chicago Fury are the champions of the black division of the Central Region, while the Burning River Buckets are champions of the blue division of the ABA Central Region. In Semifinal A, the Indiana Lions were the red division champions, and the Peoria Pit Bulls were the white division champions. So that takes care of all 4 divisions in the ABA Central Region. And I think we're finally getting ready to announce the starting lineups.
I'm going to see if I can glean a few names for the Buckets.
All right. And it's nice of John Coy to announce over the PA system that the Burning River Buckets are the defending ABA champions. So, starting for the Chicago Fury, number 1, Devontae Jones. Number 5, Sammy Davis.
Didn't he pass away?
Number 9, different Sammy Davis.
Oh, okay.
Number 9, B.J. Asbury. Number 23, Bobby Greer. And number 11, Madison Lowry. Those are your starters for the Chicago Fury. Number 3, 4, 7, 8, and 25 starting for the Buckets. And as I said earlier, Jim and I have no idea who these folks are.
Okay.
Actually, I recognize a couple of them.
25 is Dylan Contento.
That's what I thought.
Number 3 we've actually got is number 5 from last year. Joey, Voganich.
Yeah, I don't know.
I believe that's what he said.
Is that KT Taylor wearing number 4? He sure looks familiar. Were you able to hear that?
No, I couldn't.
Okay.
Somebody was talking.
Yeah, and he's on the far end of the gym, and that's my blurry zone.
Yeah. And without a roster, we're
nothing we can do.
all right.
So we'll just call them as the Buckets.
I believe number 6 is Aaron Overby.
Okay.
You know what? He's Aaron Overby today.
Okay.
You can't get us a roster, we're going to make up your names.
That's right. So Frank Johnson is going to go to the middle of the court for the Buckets.
Okay.
We have no idea. That is going to be, well, I don't know if that's going to be Madison Lowry or B.J. Asbury out there doing the tip. It's looking more and more like B.J. Asbury
the guys
for the Chicago Fury.
Yeah, the guys that I recognize from last year are Dylan Contento, number 25, Joey Voganich, who's number 3, used to be number 5, I hope. And there was another fella there on the bench. Aaron Overby, I believe, number 6 is number 6 on our roster.
Okay. Chicago Fury secure the tip-off. Drive to the hoop. Shot is up by Sammy Davis. No good. Rebounded by Contento. Buckets bring it down the floor. Three-point shot is up. No good. Rebounded. Oh, nope. Last touch by the Buckets. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll go over to the Fury. Fury inbounded. Bobby Greer brings it up the floor across the timeline with 1 second to spare. And we will go over the unique rules of the ABA later on when we get a break. Ball gets knocked free, but it's reeled in by the Fury.
It appears the Buckets are coming out in kind of a half-man, half-zone type. I think they're playing man-to-man, but it looks like they can switch fairly easily down at the other end. Madison
Lowry's three-pointer, no good. Ball goes over to the Buckets as it did not hit the apparatus and went out of bounds. Buckets with it.
And I believe number 4 is Anthony Coleman.
Ball gets out of his hands, goes out of bounds, over to the Fury. Fury inbound. This will be Bobby Greer again, and we've got a whistle, and what have we?
24-second shot clock needed to be reset.
Okay, so we'll try this again. The Indiana Lions have played both of these teams. We played the Chicago Fury in January. We played the Burning River Buckets back on our very first regular season game. And
the team looked much different at that point.
It did indeed. It was not at all the same team that we saw in St. Louis last spring. As the Fury get on the board, 2-0. And it was a pretty lopsided affair in favor of the Lions. The game against the Fury in January was a close battle, as I recall. The Lions did slip away with a win there. But both of these squads are quite good. And the Buckets have been tromping their way through the Blue Division and now are going to try their luck on ABA Central Region Champion Weekend. The two teams trade empty possessions. So the Fury hold on to their 2-0 lead. Three-point shot is up, a little bit short. Rebounded by B.J. Asbury for the Fury. This is Asbury, layup up and good.
Wow, did he thread the needle on that one.
Devontae Jones with a beautiful assist on that one. Buckets bring it to the basket. It gets knocked out of the player's hand. Reeled in by the Fury. This is Sammy Davis with the ball. He's going to drive to the hoop. He will draw the foul against, I think, Contento. Yes, indeed. Contento called for the foul for the Burning River Buckets. First team foul for the Buckets, against none for the Fury. And Sammy Davis, not Sammy Davis Jr., Sammy Davis will go to the line to shoot. His first one is up and good. Fury up 5-0. 9:35 left in the first quarter. Davis dribbles. He's going to shoot. He's going to be a little short. However, rebounded by Bobby Greer. So Fury get a new shot clock and a chance to put up 2. Nice hustle there by Bobby Greer to get that offensive board. It's Devontae Jones over there with the ball. He's closely guarded. He needs some help. Throws it over to Madison Lowry.
Oh, good kick out.
Lowry shoots and scores, and the Buckets are up 7-0. Oh, I'm sorry, the Fury are up 7-0. Sorry, Fury fans. Buckets drive to the hoop, shoot and score. They break the shutout. 7-2, Fury in the lead.
Yeah, we knew that wasn't going to happen all game long.
No. No. Bobby Greer with the ball. He's going to shoot. No, a little bit off to the left. Rebounded by Contento for the Buckets.
Yeah, he got a little bit of room, decided to take it, and just a hair long.
Contento dribbles it up the floor. Throws it over to a teammate.
It's Anthony Coleman. And he'll take it.
Shoots and scores. That is Coleman. Now that I can see his face clearly, that is indeed Anthony Coleman.
I recall him from
yes.
earlier in the year and last year.
Yep. He was just down on the other end of the court in my fuzzy zone.
Sweet little floater from Madison Lowry.
9-4, Fury in the lead over the Burning River Buckets. If you're just joining us, Buckets in solid orange uniforms, Fury in solid black. Coleman shoots, won't go, rebounded by the Fury. They bring it up the floor.
Nope.
Nice passing there.
I think that pass was intended for Greer, and B.J. Asbury picked it off instead.
Jones' shot won't go, but the offensive board by Madison Lowry, followed by the putback, and make it 11-4, Fury in the lead. 7:40 and counting left in the first quarter. We're due for a media timeout at any point. Buckets passing the ball around. And they're going to say he stepped on the sideline. Ball goes over to the Fury. Now would be a great time for a media timeout in case anybody's listening. And there we go. We got the signal. 7:29 left in the first period. Chicago Fury 11, Burning River Buckets 4. Jim and I are going to get a swig of water, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Boston Gymnasium, Danville, Indiana, as we come out of our first media timeout of the first quarter. Chicago Fury against the Burning River Buckets. Fury in all black, Buckets in all orange. Fury with the ball. Fury also with the lead, 11-4. Fury passing it around. This is Devontae Jones. He's guarded closely by a Bucket. He's going to drive it in. Shoot! No. Won't go, but he draws the foul.
Good back down by Jones on that one. Picked up the foul.
Number 7 is called for his first foul of the game. Second team foul against the Buckets, against none for the Fury.
You know, previously number 7 for the Buckets was Sherman Dean III. Do you think that might possibly?
Could not possibly even begin to guess. That was the roster from our first regular season game way back in November, and I can't even remember what I had for breakfast this morning, much less all the way back.
I'm going to call him Sherman Dean.
All right. Devontae can't get his second shot to fall, but he gets one. So it's 12-4, Fury in the lead. 3-point up by the Buckets. It's off target. It's rebounded by B.J. Asbury.
Fury doing a great job rebounding,
Yep.
not giving the Buckets any second chance points. But the Buckets are doing well, keeping the or the Fury are doing well, keeping the Buckets are doing well, keeping the Fury out of the lane as much as they can.
Madison Lowry with a nice little shot there for 2, makes it 14-4. Fury in the lead. Buckets historically have been quite a three-point shooting team, although their shooting has been a little bit cold. Anthony Coleman thought he had a foul.
Oh,
but,
nice
wasn't
spin
called.
move.
And that's Devontae Jones going to the hoop, shooting and scoring.
Nice spin move by Devontae Jones.
Starting to think we're going to be saying that a lot in this game, as Devontae Jones appears to be quite a prolific scorer for the Fury. Shot is up, no good, rebounded by Madison Lowry. Fury playing very good defense. Foul down on the other end.
And that should be on Anthony Coleman.
And, oh, the suspense. Yep, there we go. Number 4, which is Anthony Coleman. And that will send Sammy Davis to the line to shoot 2. It appears Capri Alston is preparing to enter the game. First shot is up and good for the Fury. He does indeed enter, and he gives B.J. Asbury a chance to catch his breath. Substitution as number 7 comes out for the Buckets. Number 6 goes in. And Sammy Davis will attempt his second free throw.
Yeah, Capri Alston's going to add a big body down low.
Yeah, he's a big feller.
I don't see him not blocking anybody out.
Fury's second shot is no good. Buckets bring it down the court. 5:47 and counting left in the first quarter. 17-4, Fury in the lead, make that 17-7. As Anthony Coleman buries a shot from the edge of the Indianapolis city limits.
Yeah, Coleman said, you know what, you get the bottom clogged up, I'm just going to shoot it from out here.
Yep. Shot is up, shot is good by Madison Lowry. That's another name I'm going to get used to calling real quick. As he also, along with Devontae Jones, are scoring quite a bit. Ooh, goodness.
Ooh.
Collision underneath as the shot was taken. Number 8 took one to the back of the head. And Devontae Jones is raising his hand like I'm the guilty one.
He makes it to the scorer's table before the official does.
Yeah. The referee agrees with Devontae that Devontae was the guilty party. And so number 8 will go to the line and shoot 2. First shot is up, no good, in and out. Second shot up. Oh, my goodness.
Boy, number 8, who we don't have a name for at all, is having a hard time on the inside and at the free throw line today.
My goodness, that thing spun around the inside of the rim 3 or 4
Devontae Jones
times.
for 3.
Yeah. So, Fury out to a 22-7 lead over the defending champs. But, I've said it before and I'll say it again, Buckets do not panic.
No, they do not. We have seen time and time again how they come back from deficits.
Yep.
Just patiently doing that.
Yep.
Is that making it?
Right. Three-pointer is nothing but air, rebounded by Madison Lowry, who is having quite a productive first quarter. 2-point shot is up, no good. Rebounded by the Buckets. Fury putting on a little bit of full-court pressure. Pass underneath, shot is up, no good. Madison Lowry with the rebound. That's also getting to be a common phrase here. I'm going to put that on repeat, and so I can just hit a button and it'll say it for me.
Just auto, auto?
Yeah.
Cruise control.
Devontae Jones shoots, it won't go in. Rebounded by the Buckets. Fury up 22-7 as we dip under the 4-minute mark.
There you go.
Shot is up, shot is good, whistle on the floor. And 11. That is Madison Lowry. Called for the foul, and with 3:54 left in the first quarter, we've reached our second media timeout. Chicago Fury 22, Burning River Buckets 9, and Jim and I will be back shortly. Welcome back to Bostic Gymnasium, Danville, Indiana, as we come out of our second media timeout of the first quarter. Burning River Buckets against the Chicago Fury. Fury up 22-9. But the Buckets are going to the line to shoot an and one since number 8 was fouled right before the break, and his shot went in. So he will have a chance to earn 3 points the hard way. Shot is up. Shot is good.
Yeah.
So he completes the three-point play, makes it 22-10. Chicago Fury in the lead.
Yeah, the Fury have jumped out with a vengeance.
Oh, yeah, they have. Oh, goodness. Somebody hit the deck for the Buckets, number 8.
Number 8, he's all over the place in this game.
Yeah. No fouls are called. And here we go.
Alston I think he just walks into under the bucket and puts it up.
He muscles his way through. He says that my arm got slapped, even though you couldn't tell because I'm so big and strong. He gets 2 for the Fury. Anthony Coleman driving to the hoop. He kicks it out to number 8. Again, if you're just joining us, we do not have a roster for the Buckets as they turned it into the official score 90 seconds before tip-off. Shot won't go for the Buckets. Oh, nice block there by somebody. 6 for the Buckets. Reeled in by Anthony Coleman.
Yeah, it would have been Overby.
Coleman brings the ball to the floor. He gets blocked.
Oh, there is no foul.
He thought he should have drawn a foul. Referee disagrees. Devontae Jones shoots, scores, and that's 3. Makes it 27-10, Fury in the lead. Yeah, the Fury have come out with a lot of energy, a lot of speed, really playing good defense. They've looked really good so far.
Yes, they have.
And nice three-pointer there by Anthony Coleman, and he is not getting the fouls that he's wanting.
No, it seems like the officials are letting them play today.
Yep.
Same set of officials we had in the first game.
Alston's shot up, no good. Rebounded by number 8. He'll bring it up the floor, zig through traffic, throws it over to a teammate. Shot is up, no good. Rebounded by, as soon as he turns, number 7, Samson Oldejim.
Yep. That didn't quite work out.
Ball goes off his body, and now we've got multiple whistles. Oh, we got a substitution. Mario Shepard coming in for the Fury, and Bobby Greer is going to get a well-deserved slurp of water on the bench. And
why would the officials let them substitute when?
Yeah, it would have been a quick toss opportunity, wouldn't it have?
I believe so, yeah.
I do not know.
Especially since the Buckets were not substituting.
Right.
And they had the ball.
Yep.
Oh, nice
and
board by
that was
Contento.
the point that the Buckets coach was trying to make with the referee, but his pleas fell on deaf ears.
Boy, number 8 just can't buy a bucket down low.
No. Offensive rebound by the Buckets. Anthony Coleman's going to fire up a 3 and bury it.
Oh, and he got it.
27-16, Fury in the lead.
They're going to need a few more of those to stay in this one.
They are, but there's still an eternity left.
Yeah, I don't think the Buckets are going to let the Fury get too far out in front of them.
It's Devontae Jones.
Oh,
he shoots, he scores, he draws the foul.
I don't even know how he got that off.
I don't either, and it looked like it had a terrible trajectory, but
and a whole lot of spin. So
yeah.
I'm not sure how that got out of there.
He must have sprinkled some magic dust on it before he threw it up there, and it goes in. So Devontae Jones will go to the line to shoot the and one. 1:08 left in the first quarter. Devontae shot up and good. That'll make it 30-16, Chicago Fury in the lead. Anthony Coleman brings the ball up the floor. He's going to take it all the way in, but
he gets blocked.
Got blocked by Samson Oldejim. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm probably not. Alston with the ball. Alston's going to take it all the way. His shot won't go. Tip in won't go. Alston gets the offensive rebound, puts it up and in for 2.
Alston muscled that one up. Wasn't too many people going to stop him.
Oldejim was down there helping him out. Foul is...
Oh, saying he pushed off.
Okay, foul is called against the Buckets. Ball
Yeah,
will
he
go
cleared
over
out
to
with his-
the Fury. Devontae Jones is going to get a break, and I missed who came in.
Would have been number 3.
Mario Shepard? No, I think he's been out there. Linnell Watson, I think, is the one who came in wearing number 4 for the Chicago Fury. Watson with the ball.
Oops.
Oh, squirts free, and Alston picks it up. They're going to say it was tipped, so no over and back.
Still only have 7 seconds on the shot clock.
Foul underneath. Judging by Contento's reaction, it might be against him. No. Is that 4 fingers?
Oh.
Down there in my blurry zone. It is
I believe
indeed
it did say
4
4.
fingers.
Okay.
So Linnell Watson's second infraction of the contest. 18.6 seconds left.
No, that would have been Anthony Coleman's second.
Oh, it was, goodness sakes. I'm sorry, Linnell.
Good Lord.
Ooh. Did I mention this is our second game?
Yeah.
All right, Chicago calls timeout. 17 and a half seconds left. Jim, let's fire up that unique ABA rules video.
Let's do it.
In the ABA, a team has 7 seconds to get the ball across half court. That is opposed to the 8 seconds allowed by the NBA and the NCAA. Players foul out of regulation on their 7th foul. However, they can come back in overtime. A half-court basket is worth 4 points, and if the shooter is fouled, he has the opportunity to make it a 5-point play. And on a turnover in the backcourt for any reason, the 3D light comes on. Add a point to any basket scored on that possession. Add a free throw attempt to any shooting foul that is called. Once the other team gets the ball back or points are scored, the 3D light goes off, and we go back to normal rules. So those are some of the unique ABA rules that make this a very fast-paced and high-scoring game, and why the Burning River Buckets are probably not particularly concerned at the moment, though they are down by 18. No. If I could do math, they're down by 16.
Doubled up.
There is still 3 quarters and some change left to play, and with that 3D light in play, they can turn things around in a hurry. We saw the Peoria Pit Bulls do that against the Indiana Lions in semifinal A, and a race, a 24-point deficit to come real close to winning that game. So if you didn't watch it, go over and check out the video on our YouTube channel. And we're back underway. Fury shoot won't go.
Too high off the backboard.
And Alfred's putback, or Alston's putback won't go.
Oh, he missed that from point-blank range.
Yeah.
But evidently it was tipped, must have been tipped by the Buckets.
It'll stay with the Fury. 7 seconds and counting. Alston
nice
shoots and scores. And that'll do it. End of the first quarter. Chicago Fury 34, Burning River Buckets 16. Jim and I are going to get a swig of water and be back in a moment. Welcome back to Bostic Gymnasium, Danville, Indiana, as we get the second quarter underway. Chicago Fury in all black uniforms up 34-16 on the Burning River Buckets, who, as you might surmise, are wearing all orange. Anthony Coleman over to Dylan Contento. Contento puts up a three-pointer. It won't go. It's rebounded by Samson Oldegem. And the ball goes out of bounds, and that is going to be a 3D play, I believe.
It should be.
Yes, it is. Get the signal for the 3D play. So good thing we went over that video right before the commercial break. Add a point to any bucket's bucket. Add a free throw attempt to any shooting foul that is called on this possession. Buckets inbounded. Shot clock is just fine. Fury are trying to play a mind game with the buckets. Buckets don't fall for it. Dylan Contento from three-point land, nothing but air. Rebounded by Madison Lowry, and that kills the 3D light. Lowry passes down to Watson. Watson's shot won't go, rebounded by the Buckets. Buckets bring it up the floor. So the Buckets can't cash in on that 3D play. Shot is waved off. Foul is called.
It's going to be on number 4, Lynette Watson.
Linnell Watson called for it. That'll be his first of the contest. And substitution as Madison Lowry comes out. Yoshi Craig comes in for the Chicago Fury. Buckets take it to the basket. It won't go. Rebound. Rebounded by Watson. He'll bring it up the floor. This is Yoshi taking a shot. It won't go. Rebounded by the Buckets. Up to Contento. Back over to Anthony Coleman.
Looks like the Fury are closing down, trying to close down Coleman as much as they can, but
oh goodness,
he's going to start shooting like Caitlin.
Yeah.
Iowa.
From Iowa, Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark, yeah, he's going to start shooting from half court and sinking them.
Yeah.
Like they're nothing.
He doesn't sink that three-pointer, but that's because he was fouled by Alston. So Anthony Coleman will go to the line and shoot 3 for the Burning River Buckets. 10:47 left in the second quarter. Coleman's first shot up and good, makes it 34-17. Second shot up, good. 34-18. And we'll see if he can go 3 for 3 here. Anthony Coleman at the line, shoots, scores. He's true on all 3, so make that 34-19, Fury in the lead.
Yeah, the Buckets are going to have to make good use of those free throws to get back into this one.
Yep.
Oh, it's going to be off
goes
number
off
7.
Of the bucket, yep. The bucket player, that is. It'll stay with the Fury. There's the inbound pass. Olda Jim with it. Throws it over to Alston. Alston drives his big body toward the hoop, shoots and scores. That is one large muscular man. I do not think I would want to run into him.
Yeah, you would think his stamina might not be what some of the smaller guys have, but
true.
Seems to be hanging in there just fine.
Yep. Anthony Coleman shoots and swishes it from three-point range. 36-22. Fury in the lead. Buckets starting to chip away at that deficit. They've set up a trap. Somebody may have gotten a hand on that shot there. I couldn't quite see for sure, but the Buckets come up with it. This is Contento with the ball. He gets it across the timeline. Whistle on the floor, and Alston's going to get called again. That'll be called on the floor, so Dylan Contento will take it out.
Is that on 4 or 34?
Oh, no, they called it on 4. Linnell Watson?
I think they did.
Okay. 9:46 left in the first quarter. Timeout is called. We'll keep it here. Chicago Fury 36, Burning River Buckets 22. And Jim, what are you seeing from the Fury that they're has propelled them to a 14-point lead?
Speed and aggressiveness down low. They're sticking tight with the defense, but it appears as though the Buckets are just getting warmed up. They're doing some trapping underneath, getting a couple steals. They just need to do that 4 or 5 times in a row, or before halftime, just to get right back into this one again.
Yep. So we've talked about what the Buckets need to do to try to mount a comeback. What does the Fury need to do to prevent a comeback? Just
they're going to have to clamp down on the defense. They're going to have to keep Coleman from shooting the three. Contento can shoot a three. The other guys, I'm sure, can also shoot a three. That's kind of what Burning River is known for, is shooting a three. But you can't leave the middle wide open. But Coleman is just going to shoot from anywhere.
Yeah, his three-pointer won't go. It's rebounded by Michon Thomas. He throws it down to Linnell Watson. It gets picked off by Anthony Coleman. Here comes Coleman. He'll shoot. He'll score.
That's how you get back into it.
Yep. Nice switch of the hands there by Anthony Coleman right at the last second to shield the defender from the ball.
Yeah, he had to keep an eye out behind his. You never know when one of those tall guys is going to come and try to block it from behind.
Yeah.
Got to keep your eyes in the back of your head open.
And he had 3 fury on him. Shot is up and in. Whistle on the floor.
They're going to call a foul, or that should have been a jump ball. He did.
Okay. So they count the basket. It's 38-24. And Michon Thomas will go to the line.
Call that on Contento.
It doesn't go in, but the putback by Samson Oldegem does go in. And all of a sudden, it's 40-24. Fury back out by 16. That looked like a long two. Doesn't matter. Didn't go in. Rebounded by the Fury.
Oh, he just stole it from his own man.
Three-pointer up. Three-pointer good. That was Samson Oldegem there for the Chicago Fury. Fury firmly in control of this one so far, but don't count the Burning River buckets out yet. They're defending champions for a reason.
Yeah, Coleman says, I've been doing that. I've been getting fouled.
Yeah, Coleman's been getting smacked around down there. Can't draw the foul until just now.
Yeah, for the most part, we got 2 different styles of play. It looks like the Fury just goes straight to the hoop, whereas the buckets are, they're more of a setup. Try to get the open shot by passing around a little bit. And they don't necessarily drive right away. They don't necessarily take the three right away. They kind of look for the best shot that they can find.
Coleman is 1 for 2 on his free throws. So that'll make the score 43-25. Chicago Fury in the lead. 4 team fouls for the Fury, 1 team foul for the Buckets so far in this frame. Yoshi Craig with the ball. Whistle on the floor.
Call that on number 8.
8. I'm glad you can see his fingers because they're too blurry for me from this distance.
Yeah, of course, 0, Yoshi Craig, kind of looked like he was dipping his shoulder a little bit when he's coming around the corner. Letting him do that.
Mario Shepard with the ball, guarded by Contento. Shepard puts up a three-pointer. It won't go. Ball goes out of bounds, over to the Buckets.
Voynich just lets it go out of the corner. Take it out of bounds.
Here come the Buckets. Anthony Coleman with it.
It appears as though Coleman is getting a little frustrated.
Yeah, he is looking frustrated to me.
Over to
Has
Voynich.
been for a while.
Oh.
Three-pointer up, no good. Rebounded by
that's
Thomas.
A 3D play.
That's a 3D play. Basket is up and good. Add 1 for the 3D light for the Buckets. 43-28, Fury in the lead.
Boy, he didn't have to move very far. He was right underneath the bucket, got the steal, and put it right back up again. Easiest
First shot, no good. Offensive rebound and put back by Michon Thomas for the Fury. Here come the Buckets. Nope. Well, he is going to try to shoot.
Oh, got a block.
Blocked by the Fury. Fast break. Shot is up. Shot is good by Mario Shepard. And that opens the lead up to 47-28 for the Chicago Fury.
Yeah, for the most part, the Fury are speedsters. They get up and down the court real quick, where the Buckets are a little more methodical. They're going to call carrying the ball. No. I believe the call was he was crocheting and he loop 1, purl 2, or whatever it was.
Yeah, and it was an embroidery possession.
Yeah.
So Michon Thomas called for the crocheting offense, and with 6:58 left in the second quarter, it's 47-28. Chicago Fury in the lead. Jim and I are going to take a break.
We're going to go do some quilting.
Yep. Welcome back to Bostic Gymnasium, Danville, Indiana. As we come out of our first media timeout of the second quarter, Chicago Fury in black uniforms up 47-28 over the Burning River Buckets in orange uniforms.
And it appears the needlepoint offense was not a shooting needlepoint offense.
Well, Moshawn Thomas commits the atrocious sewing foul, and that's why the Buckets have the ball. This is Dylan Contento underneath. He decides to kick it out to Anthony Coleman.
Coleman's just going to shoot from everywhere.
Yep, his three won't go, however, and it's rebounded by Samson Oldegem, who has been doing quite a bit of damage since he has entered the game. Shot is up, shot is good.
Good hands by Oldegem.
Yep. And here comes the Buckets.
Yeah, Voynich is going to take that one.
And Oldegem says, no, sir, you will not score on my watch. Three-pointer is up, no good. Oh, goodness, that's going to go off of Thomas.
Neither shall you pass.
Yep, and Buckets will retain possession. Inbound pass, Dylan Contento thinks about a three, instead kicks it over to a teammate.
Voynich will take it. Oh, that's short, but he gets his own rebound.
Throws it underneath Contento. The ball smacked around. It's finally reeled in by Mario Shepard of the Chicago Fury. He kicks it over to a teammate. Shot won't go, but the tip-in does. And
the Fury just keep getting, that was Thomas. Yeah. Fury just keep getting those little tip-ins, and that has got to be frustrating for the Buckets.
Dylan Contento nails a three-pointer.
If you can follow it up with that, that'll ease the frustration a little bit.
51-31, Fury out in front by 20. As Mario Shepard drives, throws it into Moshawn Thomas. Shot is up, no good, rebounded by the Buckets.
Yeah, the Fury are really taking it to the hoop.
Yep. Oh, my goodness. That has got to be a foul.
That's got to be on Yoshi Craig. That was a bit of a hard foul.
Yep. Yoshi Craig is indeed the offender. And so the Burning River Bucket, who just got a case of severe whiplash from that hit, is going to go to the line and shoot two. First shot is up. First shot is good. 3 new buckets come in. 3 buckets come out. We're playing chess here.
Who's got who?
Yeah.
Who's got who? I got him.
All right. Second free throw attempt. Up and good.
There we go. Now the Buckets are hitting some of their easier shots that they were missing a little earlier. That very well could have been a travel.
Buckets end up stealing it. And he's going to throw it out to
Cole. They're going to call that a jump ball, Fury ball.
Okay. Referee doesn't want to hear it from whoever's yelling at her. She just marches on down to the other end and says, you know what, I made my call, and you're going to have to live with it, guys. So, play continues. Fury with the ball. This is Yoshi Craig. He kicks it out to Samson Oldegem. Shot is up, no good. Battle for the rebound. Finally reeled in by Linnell Watson.
All the way back at half court.
Yeah. Watson over to Shepard almost lost the handle, but he gets it. And now we've got a whistle.
Timeout Fury.
Chicago Fury call timeout. 4:47 left in the second quarter. You know what, Jim? It's close enough for a media timeout. Chicago Fury 51, Burning River Buckets 33. Jim and I will be back in a moment. Welcome back to Bostic Gymnasium, Danville, Indiana, as we come out of our second media timeout. Chicago Fury up 51-33 on the defending ABA champion Burning River Buckets. But the Buckets are showing no signs of giving up, surrendering, or leaving at halftime. So I think we're in for a good contest all the rest of the way. Fury pass it around. Turnaround jumper up, no good by Moshawn Thomas.
I tell you, the Fury with their low post game, that's, it's almost too easy for them.
They seem to have a distinct size advantage on the Buckets.
It doesn't appear that way because they do have Overby's a bigger fella.
Thomas is tall.
Well, for the Fury.
Yeah.
But Overby for the Buckets, he seems to be just a hair under Thomas.
Princeton Stewart enters the game for the Chicago Fury, and he's going to give Thomas a break. He doesn't look like they're giving up much height there. As second shot is up and good. Princeton Stewart looks to be within an inch or two of Thomas's height. Buckets bring the ball up the floor. And then, of course,
nice little cut by number 1, who we don't have a name.
Samson Oldegem with the rebound. And then, of course, Capri Alston is a big fella underneath, so he can wear defense out. Fadeaway jumper up and good. That was Linnell Watson for the Chicago Fury. Anthony Coleman slams on the brakes, fires up a three, and drains it.
Takes it from downtown.
55-36, Fury in the lead as we dip under the 4-minute mark left in the first half. Yoshi Craig gets the ball across half court, despite the best efforts of a couple of Buckets.
And
Anthony Coleman picks off the long pass.
You going to take another three?
He is.
He says, I'm going to get us back into this thing.
He can't quite get the shot to go.
Can't quite get it.
Ball is last touched by the Buckets. Goes back over to the Fury. So no points there on that beautiful play by Anthony Coleman. Buckets trying to set up a trap. It doesn't quite work. Kicks out. This is Yoshi Craig from three-point land. It's just a hair long. Rebounded by Linnell Watson.
Got a first 24 and a foul.
Yeah, Watson's shot won't go, but he draws the foul, and we will see 2-1 for the Buckets. There is a 21 out there. We don't have any idea who he is. If you're wondering how we can call Anthony Coleman and Dylan Contento, that's because we visually recognize them from last year's team. Otherwise, we do not have a current roster.
However,
Jim recognizes a couple of them.
Yeah, and I want to say 21 is Kenneth Proby Jr. I recognize that name from the first match that we had with these guys.
Yep.
I can't definitively say that, but you know what? We got a 21 on the roster.
Yeah, we'll call him Proby.
21 we'll call him Proby. What's up, Proby?
57-36 after the second free throw is converted. Here come the Buckets. Fury in the lead, by the way, in case couldn't tell that on the screen. Fadeaway jumper up, no good. Rebounded by 6, Princeton Stewart.
Yeah, that's going to be on Proby.
Foul called against Proby. Ball will stay with Chicago. Foul called on the floor. That is the 6th team foul against the Buckets as Dylan Contento re-enters the contest against 5 for the Chicago Fury. Been normal basketball fouls. Nothing chippy about this game either way. Seen some frustration with the referees by both squads as the shot is up and good for the Fury.
Sweet little move by Oldegem.
But no nastiness between the two clubs, which is always good to see. Jim and I were talking in the first game about how all 4 teams this weekend are fun to watch, and there isn't a whole lot of nastiness.
Well-mannered.
Yep.
Take them home to meet your mother.
Right. Bobby Greer draws the foul. And, the suspense. Is that Proby again?
Slapped him on the back of the hand, so I guess he marked him so he could go back into the bar. if he leaves.
Gave him a pass out. That was Proby again.
Yeah, gave him a pat. Yeah, a little stamp on the back of the hand.
So that's 3 quick ones for Kenneth Proby Jr.
Yeah, he's only been in the game, what, 2 minutes?
Yeah.
He's racking them up.
Yeah. I mean, he's not out there trying to do it. He's playing close defense and a little too close a few times. Greer is 1 for 2 on his free throws, makes it 60-36. Fury in the lead. Buckets drive up the court, pass it around.
And it appears, though, the Fury are blocking the three-point shooters as best they can.
2-pointer is up and good. And there's a 3D
that is a
play.
3D play.
As Anthony Coleman picks off a pass that originated in the backcourt. So we'll see if they can take advantage of it. Contento shoots, scores, and 1 for the 3D play.
They did it so quick I couldn't even turn on my my red light.
Fury, there's a 7-second violation. Fire that 3D light up again.
Quick toss, guys. Quick toss.
Contento is like,
Contento's the only one that can see it coming.
Yeah.
But you got a quick toss after that. They could have had an easy bucket.
3D light is on. Add a point to any shot made by the buckets. Whoa,
that
almost lost the ball.
That was actually a travel.
Contento shoots. It won't go. Offensive rebound by the Buckets. 3D light still on.
It's still on. Okay, I'll turn it on.
Buckets passing it around. 3-point shot up. No, short.
Still can't do it.
Scrum for the ball.
It's still
Contento
on.
saves it for the Buckets. 3-point shot by Coleman is short.
Somebody rebound the ball.
Rebounded by the Fury, and the Fury avoid the 3D play. Shot clock just went out. Nope, just came back on again. Leon Tillman for the Lions did have a slam dunk down there on that end. I hope he hasn't broken the wires again.
Yeah.
Shot is up, no good for the Fury. Rebound, put back, no good. Offensive rebound again. That is Bobby Greer down there. He throws over to Samson Oldejim, and Samson's good for 2.
Good timing on that play. Yeah, Leon Tillman's dunk last year for the Lions caused all kinds of problems with scoreboard and
blew the whole scoreboard out.
Yeah, I had to find the breaker box and reset everything.
Yeah, ended up having to replace parts on the inside of it.
Sorry, folks, that was not on purpose. Just doesn't know his own strength.
A little bit short, rebounded by Samson Oldejim. 25 seconds and counting. Oldejim to the hoop. His shot won't go. Tip in won't go. Rebounded by the Buckets. Got a bucket all by himself. Layup up and good.
Back within 19.
Here comes Mario Shepard. Nope, he kicks it out to Linnell Watson. Linnell fires up a 3, won't go. Rebounded by the Buckets.
The
Buckets going to have to hurry.
Are definitely not out of this.
And yeah.
Almost
finger roll had a little too much on it as he was rushed. And we have reached halftime with the score, Chicago Fury 62, Burning River Buckets 43. Jim and I are going to take a break, and we will see you in approximately 15 minutes. And we're back. Bostic Gymnasium, Danville, Indiana, coming out of halftime as the Chicago Fury, wearing all black uniforms, are playing against the Burning River Buckets in all orange uniforms. Chicago Fury hold a 62-43 lead at the break. And Jim did some recon work at halftime to figure out who these Burning River Buckets are. So we will actually be able to call them by name.
Had to beg, borrow, steal, and plead to get a roster.
Yeah.
But, yeah, some of them we got right, some of them we didn't.
I do recognize some of these names from last year, but like Joe Clower is out there. Well, was. He's not at the moment, but he looks different. Did he shave a beard, grow a beard, something with a beard, I think.
Well, Clower is number 6?
Yes.
Is that right? Okay.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. It looks like he's got a big 5 o'clock shadow right now.
Looks like Devontae Jones is going to inbound for the Chicago Fury. On the floor for the Buckets are Anthony Coleman, number 4, Dylan Contento, number 25. Number 3 is indeed Joey Voynich. Number 8 is Gabe Kennard. I did not recognize him by face from last year.
I did not either, yeah.
But I recognize the name. And number 7 is Sherman Dean. Shot is up, no good by the Fury. Madison Lowry, to be specific. Dylan Contento with the rebound, and he'll bring it back the other way. He slams on the break. He needs some help. Throws it out to Dean. Dean fires up a shot, buries it.
Yeah.
2 for the Buckets.
So all of these guys for the Burning River Buckets were either at the first game we played earlier in the season or on last year's championship team.
Yep.
From what we recognize. Oh, and there's
steal there by that's Gabe Kennard. He'll take it all the way in for the basket. Bobby Greer with the ball for Chicago. He gets it across the timeline. 62-41, Fury in the lead.
And
Fury,
the Buckets have got it down to within 15, so that's a start.
That's actually 20. Oh, it's 62-47. My mistake.
That's 15.
There we go.
Is that 15?
It is. I think I called it 41 because I was looking across the court under that partition there in the middle, and I didn't see the top of the 7.
Gotta love the partition.
64-47 is the score. Whistle on the floor. Ball stays with the Buckets. And this is Contento with it. He throws it over to Coleman. Coleman is turning around, shoots, won't go. Rebounded by Madison Lowry for the Fury.
I think Greer may have gotten a finger on that.
Greer brings it across the timeline. Throws it over to Sammy Davis. Underneath to Madison Lowry. Whistle on the floor. It's going to go against the Buckets, judging by the coach's reactions. And Overby is called for the infraction. Except Overby's not out there. That's 25. Contento was called for the foul. That's his 3rd. 2-point shot by Madison Lowry is up and good for the Chicago Fury. And here come the Buckets. Gabe Kennard with the ball. He will draw a foul. Preliminary sign is Devontae Jones called for the foul. Nope. B.J. Asbury called for the foul. I cannot see that man's fingers.
I can't either.
I don't know. I don't know if they're like super slender or I'm just blind. I'm probably just blind.
Or he's either got sausage fingers or they camouflage.
Yeah.
Camouflage very easy.
Gabe Kennard hits both of his free throws, makes it 66-49. Buckets turning on some full court pressure. Fury just barely get it across center court. Long shot, up a little bit short, not surprisingly, by Devontae Jones, rebounded by Anthony Coleman.
Seems like the Buckets have come out with a bit of a pep in their step at halftime.
Yep.
They're ready to come back now.
Sherman Dean's three-pointer won't go, rebounded by the Fury. Fury bring the ball back up the floor. Shot is up, shot no good. Sammy Davis tries to get his own rebound after the missed shot, but it won't go.
Fury.
And Buckets are going to now have to hurry.
Fury won't go with a full court press. That was
Buckets
close.
break it. Gabe Kennard with the ball. He'll drive to the basket. It gets knocked down. Contento tries to get it. Unfortunately, Dillon is the last one to touch it. Goes out of bounds over to the Fury. So, Chicago Fury bring the ball up the floor. We dip under the 9-minute mark left in the third quarter. This is Sammy Davis with it. He throws it over to
Mason Lowry.
Okay. Madison Lowry sinks a two-pointer, and it's 68-49. Fury in the lead. Vojanich brings it up, throws it over to Anthony Coleman. Coleman hits a three-pointer, and Coleman has been pretty darn effective from the three-point land today. More full court pressure by the Buckets, but the Fury get it across the timeline. Devontae Jones loses the handle. Ball goes out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Fury. Fury's coach is not happy with the lack of effort trying to get the ball, but
yeah, he was not happy with that at all.
But the Fury retained possession, so
how could you tell? Luckily, this is on YouTube and not prime time.
Right. Long shot by Devontae Jones up, no good. Rebounded by the Fury. Who is that under there? Sammy Davis with the offensive rebound and the putback.
Yeah, the Burning River Buckets shorter height is not serving them well underneath, that's for sure.
Gabe Kennard gets that one to go in. And, yeah, the Buckets are turning on the full court pressure on virtually every possession here. Shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Contento. Devontae Jones couldn't get it to go. This is Anthony Coleman. He squares up, fires up a three. It's going to be short. Rebounded, however, by Kennard after it's knocked around. And Kennard scores two.
Yeah, this is from past history. This is generally where the Buckets start kicking it in.
Buckets only down by 14 now, 70-56.
But you can tell by the look on their faces, they are not worried. They're just playing ball hard.
Yep. Three-point shot up, no good. Rebounded by, I think that was Kennard.
That
yes,
was
it
Kennard.
was. And he throws it over to Vojanich. Vojanich gets the ball knocked free, but Sherman Dean reels it in. Dean takes it to the hoop. His shot won't fall, but he draws the foul. And usually I can see Tracy's fingers. At 11. Is there an 11 out there? Madison Lowry.
I believe it was. Yeah, it was Madison Lowry. Saying that's two on Lowry.
All right, so Madison Lowry commits his second offense with 7:01 left in the third quarter. We have reached our first media timeout. Chicago Fury 70, Burning River Buckets 56, and Jim and I will be back in a moment. We are back in Bostic Gymnasium, Danville, Indiana, as we come out of our first media timeout of the third period. 7:01 left in the frame. Chicago Fury up by 14, but they were up by more than that. And the Burning River Buckets are starting to mount a comeback. So this will be interesting because there's still 19 game minutes and 1 second left to play. So, anything can happen.
Yeah, you look at the Buckets' faces right now, and they are not worried at all. They're smiling, and they're a very methodical team. They don't try to get it all back in one go.
No.
They're going to pick at it, and by the end of the fourth quarter, they're hopefully up.
First shot there by Sherman Dean is up, no good, a little bit short. He was fouled right before the break by Madison Lowry of the Chicago Fury. That was Lowry's second infraction of the contest. Sherman's second shot up and good. So 70-57. 13-point deficit for the Buckets at the moment. But of course the Fury are a very good team. Although I don't recognize, I don't remember a lot of these guys from our contest in January.
I don't either.
But that was January, and we're now in late March. And so, let's see, we got a whistle on the floor. The ball is going to stay with the Fury. No foul called. They just ruled it Fury ball. Shot is up, no good. Rebounded. Madison Lowry finally gets it after Anthony Coleman can't quite stretch far enough.
Coleman couldn't get a second hand on there to wrap that ball up.
Volleyball game breaks out briefly, but Gabe Kennard reels in the rebound eventually. 3-point shot up, no good. That was Sherman Dean. And Gabe Kennard was all by himself. Instead, he dished it off to a teammate, Jaleel Mustafa. And Jaleel can't get his shot to go. Definitely have cranked up the energy level, have the Burning River Buckets.
Buckets are trying to trap and get a few easy turnovers if possible.
Devontae Jones with 2 for the Fury gets them back on track. 72-57, boys in black leading the boys from Cleveland.
Mustafa drains it.
He hits a 2-pointer.
15 feet.
Buckets back within 13. More full court pressure. Fury get it across again. Shot is up by Jones, no good. Rebounded by Mustafa. Mustafa brings it up the floor over to Gabe Kennard. Gabe shoots, Gabe scores. 72-61. 5:22 and counting left in the third quarter.
Yeah, they are picking at this lead and bringing it back. The Buckets look like they're in decent shape.
Defending champs are not going down without a fight.
No, they are not. This is a win or go home.
Shot is up by Madison Lowry, no good. Rebounded by Capri Alston. Alston with the putback, it won't go.
He's going to knock a few guys around before he puts that ball up.
Anthony Coleman gets the ball knocked out of his hands.
That's
that is a 3D play. Madison Lowry's shot won't go. Contento rebounds it, kills the 3D light. Throws it down to Gabe Kennard. Gabe slams on the brakes. Throws it over to Sherman Dean. Over to Mustafa. Mustafa's shot won't go. Rebounded by Jones down there by the Fury.
Mustafa wants a foul.
Yep.
Can't blame him. Looked like there was a whole lot of hands flying just then.
I do appreciate your recon work, Jim, because I much prefer calling names than just not calling names. Whistle on the floor. Devontae Jones called for the foul.
I asked if we could get the roster, and I was given a torn-out sheet from the scoreboard or from the scorebook and the scorebook, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll do it. Appreciate it.
Dylan Contento into Gabe Kennard. Back to Contento. 4:19 and counting left in the third frame. Gabe Kennard going to fire up a 3. It's in and out, no good. Rebounded by Alston. Alston hands off to Bobby Greer. Bobby Greer gets it across the timeline. Burning River Buckets laying off the full court pressure for a moment.
Yeah, if they're not going to do it all the time. They're gonna go in and out of pressure and no pressure. And you don't want to give your defense up to the Fury so they know what you're going to do.
All right, 3:53 left in the third quarter. We've reached our second media timeout. 72-61, Chicago Fury in the lead. Right before we go, Capri Alston's shot, I think, was blocked, went out of bounds, and I did not see who was awarded the ball. So we'll solve that little mystery when we get back in a moment. are back in Bostic Gymnasium, Danville, Indiana, as we come out of the media timeout. It appears it's going to stay with Chicago as there are only 4 seconds left on the shot clock. And so Chicago's going to have to hurry. They only have 4. Underneath, the shot goes up, misses the rim. That's going to be a shot clock violation. Doesn't matter. Anthony Coleman has the ball in his hands for the buckets anyway. Long pass down to Mustafa. Mustafa shoots. Mustafa scores.
Nice little lay-in. Yeah, it seems like the buckets have closed down the lane big time from what they had in the first half.
And look out, the champs are within single digits. Contento battling Alston underneath. Contento wins that battle as Alston's shot won't go. Here come the buckets the other way. This is Anthony Coleman. He'll drive. He'll get blocked.
Ooh.
I want to say that was Samson Oldegem down there.
That was Oldegem.
And what happened? I don't know.
Coleman looks like he got a little shaken up on the play.
I don't know if Anthony's trying to catch his breath or if he got injured. It appears as though Voynich is going to come in for Coleman as soon as Coleman collects himself. I wonder if he got hit in the little Colemans.
Just lost his virginity?
Yeah.
Oops. Yeah, I don't think. Oh.
I don't know. Now he's acting like he can't put weight on it. This is going to be bad.
It almost acts like he's passing out.
Oh, my. And Lions medical staff comes out to attend to him.
Okay, his legs are moving at least. So
yeah, I do not know. This is beyond getting hit where a man never wants to get hit.
Yeah.
I don't know what is going on with Coleman. Jim, let's go ahead and take it to commercial break. We're going to give Anthony Coleman a minute. All righty, we are back in Bostic Gymnasium, Danville, Indiana. A scary moment there. Anthony Coleman, who we're now guessing by the way they were treating him during that break, may have overheated or is suffering from some sort of exhaustion. But as the Buckets said goodbye to him as they retook the floor, they did not appear terribly concerned.
Yeah, it's been a lot of running in this game.
Yeah. So, and we see Anthony down there sipping water, and he looks coherent again. So.
Yeah, they've got some ice on his neck, and he's drinking some water. Drink plenty of fluids, young man.
All right. Well, Anthony, don't do that again. That scared me. Hope you're feeling better soon, buddy. In the meantime, we're back to action. Chicago Fury will inbound from midcourt, or just inside their front court. This will be Devontae Jones doing the honors for the men in black. And I don't know what we're waiting on.
I'm not sure either, but we got Anthony Coleman taking a little stroll right now. It looks like he's gathering himself, doing much better.
That is good to see. He's under his own power. He's going to try to walk it off a little bit, maybe go outside and get some cool air.
It's definitely cooler outside than it is in here, but it's not too terribly hot.
Yeah. Three-pointer by Devontae Jones is up and good for the Chicago Fury. He's back on the sideline. All right, things are looking a lot better for Anthony Coleman than they were just a few minutes ago, so that's very, very good to see. Shot is up and good by Gabe Kennard. I would like to also point out that Samson Oldegem for the Chicago Fury was one of the guys helping Anthony to the sideline earlier when Anthony could not walk under his own power. So nice sportsmanship there by Samson.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he looks like he's doing a little bit better. He's going to be out for a little while, if not the rest of the game. But
yeah,
as any competitor knows, you don't want to leave a game like this.
No. Contento's three-pointer won't go, but it's rebounded by Sherman Dean. His shot won't go. Long pass down to Alston. Alston shoots.
Oh,
Alston
he muscles
scores.
it up. Yeah.
Yep, he muscles through three sets of arms and gets it to fall. 77-65. Fury in the lead. And that was Gabe Kennard zooming in there for the layup, up good for two.
Takes it back to a 10-point lead.
Yep. And Bobby Greer over to Linnell Watson. Watson shoots. Watson scores. 79-67. The scorekeeper is quick on that scoreboard. All right, that's Mustafa over to Voynich.
Takes it in, but he gets blocked.
That looked like Oldegem down there. Oldegem's been doing a bunch of damage on the court.
Yep, that was a charge.
That was a little too much damage.
Oldegem
charge is called.
Lowered his shoulder, and you can't do that when you're coming into the lane like that.
Gabe Kennard draws the charge. Fury's coach is not at all happy with the head official. Head official says, I said what I said, and I called what I called, and we're playing.
Yep. And he did lower his shoulder. Definitely can't do that.
All right, Buckets bring the ball up the floor. This is Dylan Contento. He goes blowing past, shoots, and scores. Oldegem was kind of frozen in his shoes there as Contento went flying by. Fury get the ball across the timeline in time. They're passing it around. This is Oldegem.
Buckets
it's knocked away by Gabe
again.
Kennard. Gabe Kennard's going to take it all the way down. He'll shoot. It won't go. However, a teammate is down there for the putback. That is Proby, who gets the offensive rebound and the putback. 79-71. Buckets within 8. We're under a minute left in the third period. Fury with the ball. They are passing it around. This is Greer with it.
Proby is going to stick to Jones.
Greer over to Oldegem. Oldegem fires up a shot. It won't go. Rebounded by Gabe Kennard. Suddenly, the Fury's shooting has gone ice cold.
30 seconds left in the quarter.
Passing it around. Dylan Contento with it. He throws it over to Joe Clower. Throws it over to Gabe Kennard. Did Joe cut his hair? Something is different about Joe Clower. Gabe Kennard fires up a three. It won't go. Voynich almost gets the rebound, but it's reeled in. Oh goodness
That
sakes.
was another charge.
Gabe Kennard goes down hard.
Yeah,
and he's
that was
need a
hard.
Second. He says, hey, has anybody seen my shoulder? It went flying out somewhere.
About broke his collarbone.
Holy smokes.
That was a hard charge,
Yeah.
That crossover was.
Timeout called by the officials. Maybe going to give Gabe Kennard a chance to collect himself. There's only 7.6 seconds left in the frame.
But that's enough to score on.
Yep. That was a very hard charge. Linnell Watson called for the infraction. That was his third. The Fury's fifth of the quarter to the Buckets' 2. So no chance of going into the bonus. Well, I shouldn't say no. Very little chance of going to the bonus.
There's no chance.
With
Not in this quarter.
7.6 seconds left in the frame, and then, of course, all the fouls get scrubbed off the scoreboard for the final 12.
And this is a 30-second timeout, I believe. We have two of the officials still on court talking about the Anthony Coleman issue, possibly.
I don't know who this lady is who's talking to them.
I don't either.
She's not wearing any team.
No.
I couldn't tell you. All right, well, we're off. Buckets with the ball.
Oh.
Gabe Kennard specifically kicks it out to
Over to
Dylan
Contento.
Contento. Contento can't get his three-pointer to go. It's rebounded by Oldejim of the Fury to end the quarter. And after three, the Chicago Fury hold a 79-71 lead over the defending champs out of the Cleveland metropolitan area. And Jim and I will be back in a moment. We are back for the final 12 minutes of Semifinal B in the ABA Central Region Championship weekend. Burning River Buckets out of the Cleveland metropolitan area wearing all orange. Chicago Fury out of the Chicago area wearing all black. Chicago Fury hold a 79-71 lead over the Burning River Buckets, who are the defending ABA champions. And let's see if the Buckets can close that gap. Dylan Contento closes it to 5 right off the bat.
Yes, he does.
Contento with a three-pointer.
Yeah, if they can warm up with the three-point shots in this fourth quarter, there's not going to be much stopping them.
Now, if you're just joining us, the Fury got up by at least as many as 20,
there's a
if
stop.
not more. And the Burning River Buckets have just been plugging their way back. They're having quite a second half as Vojanic hits a three.
That's another three. Brings
and
it to
look
within
out.
2.
The champs are within 2. 79-77, Fury in the lead. And we got a ball game, Jim.
They have slowly and methodically worked their way back into this one and did not lose their patience, did not get too excited.
No.
That's just kind of the name of their game.
Yep. Said in the first quarter that they do not fluster. Alston with the offensive rebound. The putback is up and good. 81-77, Chicago Fury in the lead. Vojanic brings the ball up the floor for the Burning River Buckets. Kicks it over to, I think that was Proby over there, back over to Contento. Contento's way offline there. Goes out of bounds, untouched, over to the Fury.
Probably got a little bit of fatigue on both teams at this point. It's been a fast-paced game.
It has indeed. Anthony Coleman suffered a pretty significant, what we think is an exhaustion-related injury as Alston knocks Contento down. Nothing's called.
Contento tried to draw the foul.
Clower
gets the foul on Alston.
And Alston gives Proby a shoulder bump in the chest. Come on, let's not get chippy, guys. 81-77, Fury in the lead. Fury have got to be pretty furious about having a 20-some point lead earlier, and now it's down to 4. Now it's down to 1. 81-80.
Yes, it is.
As not Clower, gosh darn it, Contento hit the three-pointer. Brain freeze there. So Fury hanging on to a 1-point lead. Ball goes off of one of the buckets out of bounds. It'll stay with the Fury. Voynich thought maybe he was going to escape without anybody seeing that, but
yeah, you think the buckets just kind of let the oh, that's going to be out of bounds as well.
Yep, it'll
think
stay
the buckets
with the Fury.
Let the Fury get out to a big lead just to kind of play with them a little bit?
Yes, I don't know.
Yeah.
That was a darn big lead. Oh, goodness.
They're going to call.
Foul is called on Joe Clower.
Joe Clower, yeah, what's the guy going to do?
Yeah.
You got a body like that coming at you.
Did Clower wear a different number last year? God, something about Clower is different.
I don't know.
I know he had dark hair. I remember that. It's not like he bleached his hair or something. Alston's first shot is up, no good.
May have been a different number. For some reason,
I don't know.
I don't know.
I kind of remember him wearing 3 last year, and Voynich
was 5 earlier in the season.
Oh, okay. Well,
and
hard to say.
Overby was 6, but we don't have an Overby on the roster, do we, now?
I don't know. Neither free throw will go, but the Fury get the offensive rebound, and Samson Oldegem buries a three-pointer for the Fury. That puts them back out by 4, 84-80.
Voynich.
2 points for the Buckets, 84-82. This is Linnell Watson with it. He's looking for some help. Dribble. Passes it across to Oldegem. Oldegem's shot is up and good for 3. And suddenly, Samson Oldegem is red hot from the three-point marker.
Lead back up to 5 for the moment.
It's Clower with the ball. He throws over to Kennard. Kennard dribble. Nope, kicks it out to Contento. Contento's three-pointer's no good, but
Tracked down by Proby.
Reels it in. 3-point up, and good by Voynich. So despite the Fury's attempts to trick Voynich on the shot clock, he was staring right at it. He knew exactly how much time he had left. Whistle on the floor.
They're going to call down on Voynich.
All right. Ball will stay with the Fury. That was Voynich's first foul, according to the scoreboard.
Yeah, free throws may play a bit part in this the end of this one. Possibly. Going to have to hit all of them that you can.
Alston over to Oldegem. That's Jones with the shot. It won't go.
Oh, yeah, his foot was on the line.
I believe Oldegem, despite his best efforts, stepped on the line. Coach of the Fury, again, not happy with the refereeing.
Can you say he's furious?
Yes. Voynich into Contento, and Dillon gets it across the timeline. 87-85, Fury in the lead.
Oh,
goodness. Contento's pass is picked off by Linnell Watson. Watson brings it up the floor.
Shook his head after that one. He knew that was a bad pass, and somebody missed their assignment.
Yep. Yoshi Craig was left all by his little lonesome, and his layup is up and good. 89-85, Fury in the lead. Proby brings the ball across center court. Contento over to, I think that's Kennard. Yes, it is. Kennard dribble. He says, Voynich, you go ahead and take it. He kicks it out to Clower. Clower fires up a three-pointer.
That wasn't even close.
Yeah, misses by about approximately 3/4 of a mile. So Fury continue to play the little shot clock countdown game to try to trick the Buckets.
Yeah, and it's...
So the Lions might want to pay attention to that should this lead hold up for tomorrow.
What are we... Got
and
another...
We've got a whistle.
Another crocheting issue.
7:21 left in the fourth quarter. Media timeout. Chicago Fury 89, Burning River Buckets 85. The champs are coming back, only down by 4. Jim and I will be back in a moment. back in Boston Gymnasium, Danville, Indiana, coming out of our first media timeout in the fourth period. Chicago Fury clinging to a 4-point lead over the defending champion Burning River Buckets. Buckets in all orange, Fury in all black. 7:21 left in regulation. And it's Buckets' ball. Voynich is going to inbound.
The Buckets have come back from a 20-some-odd point deficit this game. Just one bucket at a time.
Absolutely.
One burning bucket at a time.
Yep. Buckets passing it around. Kennard over to Clower. Clower to the basket. His shot won't go. Rebounded by the Fury. This is Watson on the other end with the layup up and good. Rebounded on the other end by Oldham for the Fury. So 91-85, Fury in the lead. Gabe Kennard with the ball. Gabe Kennard no longer with the ball, but it was last touched by the Fury. It goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Buckets. Kennard into Contento. Contento out to Voynich. Over to, that's Anthony Coleman. He has re-entered the game.
Coleman is
that
back
is
in the
very,
game.
very good to see.
Must have got some water.
Yes. Coleman, we think, overheated earlier, if you're just down joining us. And he was pretty woozy there for a bit. So this is fantastic for his health to see him on the court.
Need about a half-hour break.
Yeah.
Get some water and a cooling off period.
Blocked by Clower, but it's reeled in by the Fury, and Linnell Watson buries one and puts the Fury back out in front by 9. Voynich with the ball, throws it over to Clower. That's Gabe Kennard over there. Gabe, throws it out to Anthony Coleman. Coleman underneath to Voynich, underneath, I think that's Kennard.
Oh, my.
Kennard just got clobbered. Whistle on the floor. That's
Alston got the foul on that one. Yeah,
so
I think
Gabe Kennard to go to the line.
I think you can safely say that anytime Alston picks up a foul, it's a clobber.
Yeah. Alston is a large, muscular man, and Gabe Kennard gives up inches and pounds to him by quite a large number.
He gives up another person.
Yeah. Gabe is good on his first free throw, 94-86, 5:58 left in regulation. Alston's going to get a break. I think Madison Lowry came in. I've lost him for the moment, but I'm almost sure I saw him come in. Yep, there he is. Found him. Long pass down to Linnell Watson. Watson needs some help. Throws it over to Yoshi Craig. Craig over to Oldham, and Oldham buries a 3.
That is a 3.
Oldham heating up. I don't remember him from the January game.
I don't either. A lot of times rosters change up mid-season, but hopefully not too late in the season.
Yeah. This is Joe Clower with the ball. Gabe Kennard knows that there's not 3-2 left on the shot clock. But Clower wasn't ready for the pass. The ball goes out of bounds over to the Fury. Fury throw it in quickly.
Jones is wanting him to slow down a little bit.
Madison Lowry kicks it over to Oldham. Oldham is
he's on
hot
fire
again. Samson Oldham having himself a game. As the Fury have entered triple digits and built up a 13-point lead after the Buckets got within 2 not too long ago.
There's a foul on the floor by number 1 Jones.
4:56 left in regulation. Sherman Dean coming out. Sherman Dean coming in. Voynich coming out. Joe Clower coming out.
I think it was just Joe Clower that came out.
Okay. Oh, yeah, Voynich is still in there. Okay.
Yeah, they're going with a little bit shorter, quicker lineup probably.
Shot is no good. Rebounded by the Fury. Fury bring the ball up the floor. This is Yoshi. He'll shoot. It won't go. Rebounded eventually by Anthony Coleman. Coleman over to Voynich. Voynich slams on the brakes, throws it back over to Coleman. Coleman across to Contento. Contento from three-point range, and he hits it. 100-90. 4:23 and counting left in regulation.
Yeah, the Fury went on a pretty good stretch there.
Yeah.
And the Buckets had a dry spell.
Fury passing the ball around. Shot is up, no good. That was Watson. Rebounded by Contento. Over to Voynich, over to Gabe Kennard. Out to Sherman Dean, and he saves it. Throws it over to Coleman, to Contento. And Contento's shot is wide right. And Voynich, I think, strategically fouls Oldham. And with 3:51, we've reached our second media timeout, our last one of the fourth quarter. With Chicago Fury 100, Burning River Buckets 90, and Jim and I will be back in a moment. Welcome back. Bostic Gymnasium, Danville, Indiana. Burning River Buckets trying to scratch and claw their way back into this one after falling behind by 20 or more in the first half. They got it to within 2. They're now down by 10 to the Chicago Fury. And we're off with the final 3:47 and counting of regulation.
Yeah, and they're going to be playing some full court press and much tighter defense from here on out.
2-point shot by Madison Lowry, up and good for the Fury. Extends their lead out to 12. Sherman Dean fires up a three-pointer. It won't go. Rebounded by Lowry.
They're just not getting some of those threes to drop like they have in the past.
No, Contento on defense, throws it over to Lowry. Oh, goodness. Lowry slams it home. Somehow Madison Lowry got loose for the Chicago Fury, and he made the Buckets pay. Dylan Contento with the ball for the men in orange.
Oh.
It won't go.
You know, that doesn't put a nail in the coffin, but it sure doesn't make it easy to come back.
Shot is up, no good. Whistle on the floor.
It's going to be on Coleman.
Okay, Anthony Coleman.
Good to see him up and walking around at least.
Absolutely.
He was looking a little green around the gills there for a while.
Yep. And the Chicago coach gives him a nice pat on the back, says, hey, we're glad to see you back out here too, Anthony. Anthony says, well, I'm happy to be able to stand and walk and such things.
Missed his first one, and this is the free throws are going to come into play. Burning River is a very smart team.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, they may want to get a couple fouls here just so you can use the free throw against the Chicago Fury if you need to in the last 2 minutes.
Linnell Watson is true on his second shot. Dylan Contento's shot is short. It's rebounded by Watson. Throws it over to Devontae Jones.
Jones is going to slow it down a little bit. He knows the value of running that clock.
Yeah.
He's got 24 seconds to burn, and he's going to burn every bit of it.
Devontae Jones, I want to say, has been around the ABA quite a while. I recognize him by face and by name as Linnell Watson scores 2 for the Buckets. Buckets back out in front by 17. And almost stolen.
Yeah, they're going to have to sink a whole bunch of threes right now.
Coleman couldn't get that shot to go, but Kennard got the rebound. Yeah. He gets blocked, and here come the Fury. And shot is up, no good. Whistle on the floor. What do we got?
25, Dylan Contento.
All right.
Yeah.
No, it was 7. It was
7. Okay.
Sherman Dean with his second. It was 5 and a 2, Jim, not a 2-5.
Not a 2-5.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Actually, I was looking at him from the side, so it looked like 1 to me.
Yeah. If you've watched this all season, you know why I said that. First shot is up and good. Second shot is up, no good. However, it is rebounded by Watson of the Fury.
Yeah.
He's going to take it in. He's going to shoot and score. And the Fury are suddenly back out in front by 20.
Yeah, and the
Under
Buckets,
2 minutes left in the game.
The Buckets sense it coming.
Yep. Sherman Dean fires up a three. It won't go. It is rebounded down there by Oldham. This is Yoshi to the hoop. Yoshi Craig shoots and scores. 112-90. And it looks as though one of the two defending champions from last year is going to have their season end tonight.
132 left in the fourth quarter with a 22-point lead.
Yeah.
That is, it's going to take a miracle for that to be overcome.
Yeah. And for Fury fans, I mean, you guys got out to a huge lead, about this big in the first half. The Burning River Buckets came back and made it really interesting. They got within 2, but the Fury didn't panic either, and they've just chugged away and built that lead back up to 22, and here we sit.
Yep, don't let the nerves get to you.
Yeah.
Yep,
So,
got to keep playing and got to keep scoring.
Yep. Nicely done by the men in black from the Windy City. And I didn't pay much attention, if at all, to the power rankings this year. But I believe the Fury have only lost 2, 3, 4 games, maybe. I think it's somewhere around 2 or 3.
Somewhere more than 1 and less than 800.
Yes. Exactly.
Give or take a niner.
So I would imagine they were ranked pretty high. So tomorrow's game, should the Fury hang on and win this one, should be a good one between the Fury and the Lions.
The Buckets are getting nothing to drop anymore.
Yeah. Chicago is content running out the clock.
And it's a little late to do some fouling now.
Yeah. Yoshi Craig underneath. Blocked by, no.
Ooh.
Travel call.
Oh, they're going to.
So it was blocked by Clower.
I would hate to get on Yoshi's bad side. He'll seek revenge. Yoshi's revenge. Children of the 80s, you would laugh at that.
That's right. Mustafa's shot won't go. Rebounded by the Fury. We're under a minute. The Buckets have resigned themselves to their fate in this one. Yoshi Craig to the hoop, shoots and scores.
Yes.
Makes it 114-90.
So it looks like it will be the number 1 seed Indiana Lions.
Yep.
Versus the number 2 seed Chicago Fury.
Yep, and that's exactly what it was. Last week was a 1-2 seed matchup in the championship game in the red division anyway. I don't know how it worked out in the black division. I want to say that was also the way in the black division.
I want to say the Fury were the number 1 seed in their division. And a little icing on top of the cake.
Well, Proby tried to knock the ball out of Oldham's hands when Oldham was just standing there with it, and Oldham says, "All right, you want to keep playing? Fine,
with a little
we'll keep
stare
playing."
Down. Yeah.
And I'll go ahead and sink a basket. Shot is up. Shot is no good. Ball goes out of bounds. Buckets are making no effort.
Trying to get a stat or 2 at the end of the game.
Yep. Chicago Fury's going to kill it.
There you go.
And there's your final buzzer. As the Chicago Fury prevail over the defending ABA champion Burning River Buckets, 117-90 here in Bostic Gymnasium in Danville, Indiana. That sets up the Central Region Championship game tomorrow here in this very same gym. 5 o'clock Eastern Time, 4 o'clock Chicago time, and, well, the rest of the Central Time Zone as well. And that will be the same Chicago Fury against the other defending champions of the ABA, the Indiana Lions. So, will the Fury knock off 2 defending champs in consecutive games? Or will the Lions punch their ticket to Mobile, Alabama for the ABA championship weekend? You'll have to come to Bostic Gym to find out, or if you're not able to make it to the game, you can watch it right here on this YouTube channel.
And that will be a Final 4 this year, not a Final 8.
That will be a Final
Mobile.
4. Yes, there are only 4 regions in the ABA this year. Once again, final score, Chicago Fury 117, Burning River Buckets 90. That'll do it for me and Jim, and we will see you guys tomorrow.